Welcome to the wasted world of sports, where the game's just a backdrop for drunken retorts. Rugby league or union, it's all fair play, but it's the banter that steals the show. Hey, 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 hey. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world, where the banter is prime. The wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. Scrums and tries, they're all well and good, but we're here for the jokes and 10 pence less. From the kickoff to the final whistle blow, we'll take the two and we're ready to go. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world, where the banter is prime. The wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. We break down the plays, but it's all in jest. With a laugh and a cheer, we bring out our best. No serious analysis, no expert critiques, just a bunch of mates sharing plenty of drinks. We'll raise a roll from sideline to
Wasted world of sports, eh?
all big goose and
Oh, he's copped a head right to the nuts. Tedesco's butt crack.
Ahoy!
He's nearly taken security's head off.
I have no idea what the wasted world of sports is.
It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world, where the banter is.
Wasted World of Sports, ahoy. Oh, why is that on the screen? A little bit of State of Origin recap. Sorry, Queenslanders, we didn't want to remind you of Origin this early. What a night it was, though, right? Let's go ahead and switch that off. We don't need that there for tonight. Proved out to be untrue anyway, funnily enough. There we go. That's better. Welcome along, Wasted World of Sports family, footy fans, wrestling fans, even some basketball fans now lurking about. It's very nice to have you along wherever you're joining us from. We are still sitting in the naughty chair on TikTok, so still no TikTok for this weekend, but we'll be back raring to go over there on the TT for next weekend's games and for Monday night doing our podcast, of course. Game ML, ahoy there. Early bird catches worms, as they say. Game ML there, nice and early. Ready for this one between her team, the Melbourne Storm, and the Gold Coast Titans. Now, I can tell you, torrential downpour at the moment on the Gold Coast. It is not just rain in the air. Cover your ears, Melbourne Storm supporters, because I smell something else. I smell an upset in the air. I haven't tipped an upset, but I smell an upset in the air. There are quite a few changes. The changes for, well, both teams really, but mainly for the Melbourne Storm. Xavier Coates has been rested, so Jack Howarth comes into the team. Hello, Lacey. Ahoy, mate. Who else is out? Bronson Garlick is the starting hooker. Harry Grant's been rested. Not backing up from Origin. And also Nelson will move from the bench into the starting lineup. So that's not a straight change. But Joe Chan does come onto the interchange bench. And Tui Kamakamikai, or Karma Chameleon, as of course I affectionately name him, the Karma Chameleon, comes on to the interchange bench there in the number 16. For the Titans, Tom Weaver starts at halfback, so that'll be interesting to see. And Beau Fermore's backing up at the moment. Could be a late change, though. King Jaffe Joffa, Jamin Jalefi. He comes on to the starting prop from the bench. So there we go, some changes for both teams. But we know the Melbourne Storm, they don't tend to go too well without Harry Grant. They've still got Jerome Hughes. They've still got Cameron Munster. They've still got Ryan Pappenhausen. And Pappenhausen, of course, leads off my same-game multi in this one. If we can bring it up on the screen. There somewhere. We'll bring it up on the screen there. Okay, so Pappenhausen leads the same game multi. Oh, Jamie, I'm telling you, mate, I smell an upset in the air. I mean, it could be something else, but I might have just accidentally farted, but I smell an upset in the air. Harry Grant missing is a big out, even though he didn't play too well on Wednesday. I think what happened with Harry Grant on Wednesday night, I talked him up too much in the pregame. That's what happened. That's what normally happens. But anyway, I digress. Ryan Pappenhausen. Now, Melbourne Storm, they have leaked 60% of their tries on their right edge defense. So enter the left edge of attack for the Titans. That's where their opportunity exists. Left edge attack, Philip Sami and Jojo Fafita. Couldn't split them, couldn't decide between the two of them, so I'll put them both in together. Either one scores a try. That is a tick off that leg of the multi. We've also gone with Nick Meaney and Jack Howarth because the Storm love attacking the left edge. No Xavier Coates this week, but I think that won't change things too much. Anderson and Howarth have switched along, so Howarth is on that left edge center, Anderson on the left wing. Watch Anderson go and get a try now instead of what's his face? Nick Meaney, who's now shifted over to the right. So I didn't know that when I put this same game multi on. And that is why I always try and leave it as late as possible to put the multi on. Because if I've got in my mind, Melbourne are going to attack the left edge, let's load up on the left edge players, and then they go and shift Nick Meaney over to the right side, it kind of screws up my whole thought process. So watch Grant Anderson score a try now and Nick Meaney get left out in the dust. Tim Condon, ahoy, mate. Jamie's there. Mookie, ahoy, mate. And as you'll see, there's a new feature that YouTube have just rolled out. There's a little crown next to people's names with a number beside it. Now, things like chatting, things like donations, all of that stuff contributes to your score. And at the moment, because it has literally just started, this is our first stream using that on the platform. It's going to be changing all the time. So just so that you're aware, that's what that is, that little crown with a number next to your head, if you even have it. It's not been rolled out everywhere yet, so some people may not even be able to see it. But anyway, it is absolutely bucketing down with rain. Kickoff moments away in this one for Storm versus Titans at the Gold Coast. And it is a bloody... Oh, it's a monsoon. It's a gorilla monsoon. There's Big Nelson. Nelson probably got the nod to start on the back of this huge downpour. And it is the Titans, the home side, with the kickoff. Jerome Hughes takes it, and from the back fence, Tikimanu with a nice, strong carry. Boy, this is very difficult to even see the players. That rain is intense. Who will that benefit? Interesting. If it's a tight contest, Regan Two Dads versus Tikimanu, Beryl's and Garlic, Randall versus Blore, Fermor Katoa, Tino and Nelson. Melbourne probably have a slight edge in the forwards, so I think if it is a really, really compressed game on the back of this rain, you probably favor the Melbourne Storm. But it should keep the scores close, at least. A bonus for the Titans. Fifth and last here, Hughes gets the kick away. Still inside their own territory there, and it's well taken at the back. Tom Pereira. Mr. Ed's dead. Ahoy, mate. How are you, sir? Nice offload. Second phase play for the Titans, getting some extra meters. Tackle 2. They're on the 40 already. This is good progress. There's King Jaffe Joffa. Up towards halfway they go. The double pump from dummy half is a bit pointless, and there's Tino on the halfway line looking to back up from Origin. I'm actually surprised, in all honesty, that more Queenslanders aren't backing up this weekend. As Titans shift right. Jojo Fafita steps back in field, can't get through. Putting the ball high down this near side. Contestable. And Pappenhausen takes it inside his own 10. And it's a good kick chase from the Titans. Early doors, of course, but doing their job at the moment. Both teams completing, getting the kick away. A successful start for both. And this rain could provide the equalizer. We'll have to see. Good start to this one nonetheless. Straight up the guts of Tikamanu. Looking to offload. Rozzy boy, ahoy mate. How are we doing? Fifth and last for the Storm. Hughes down the short side. Has a few steps before he puts it high. And it's taken nicely at the back. Jaden Campbell, who was starting with the 7 jumper tonight. But he got moved back to fullback. Tom Weaver, the starting halfback for the Titans today. After all that. The 3 minutes gone here. No score. As you can see from my multi, I was probably expecting a free-flowing, high-scoring contest. Don't know that we're really going to get that now. It's why, and also there's left and right shifts all over the place. Jojo Fafita has been named as the right center. I mean the left center. He's playing on the right. Sometimes the numbers are there just for show, aren't they? Fifth and last for the Titans. And Campbell with the high testing ball in midfield. And it's well taken at the back there by Grant Anderson. Anderson's carpets is picked up and dumped in the kick return. So 4 minutes in, Titans, they're holding their own. But of course, we know that the Storm especially are a team capable of just piling on points very, very rapidly. But can they do it without Hazard Grant? Harry Grant not backing up. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I was going to say I'm surprised at the... You would have thought that all the Queenslanders would be backing up for Origin this week because they didn't do anything on Wednesday night. But I digress. Judah, Shivian, ahoy mate. As Hughes looks to put the kick through early. Played out by the Titans. 6 more tackles as Eli Katoa dives on it. And this is good field position now. 40 out from their own line to start this set. Ashton Curtis, ahoy mate. Storm by 42 points. Yeah, probably not in this torrential downpour. 42 would be a hell of an effort in this rain, though. Munster heads across field, shows it inside, goes out for Hughes. Hughes has got numbers to the right, but he throws it forward. Pappenhausen has to dive on the loose ball. 20 out from the line, down the short side. They stay with Katoa. And Eli Katoa 10 metres out. Fifth and last now for the Storm. Hughes with the crossfield kick. No Coates to target. So he hangs it off the post. And Regan Toodads is there. Luckily, he wasn't expecting it there, Regan Campbell-Gillard. Jeez, the post. I don't know if Hughes was aiming for it because he had it on a string. This was going to be a try for Big Nelson. I don't think he was aiming for the upright there, Jerome Hughes. Rock my balls, ahoy mate. Pino offloads for Campbell-Gillard. They keep it alive down this right edge. Jojo Fafita with the fend to go straight through. Now looking for support on the inside, and he's got Jaden Campbell. Jaden Campbell from the back. Oh, here we go. Titans with the first try, and they have split the Storm on that left edge defense. It's a makeshift left edge there with Howarth and Anderson. Boy, oh boy. Well, did I or did I not say the smell of an upset is lingering in the air today? I couldn't tell you which game it was for, but the Titans could not have got off to a better start. 6-0 it's about to be. Dan Jam, ahoy mate. Muzzle flash, ahoy. Try confirmed, Jaden Campbell with the first try of the night, 7 minutes in. And the Titans are about to be leading 6 points to 0. And that was just a little too easy. Jack Howarth, a very simple missed tackle. Puts it over. Leone Syria. Come on, Storms. Not like that. That was really poor defense. Craig Bellamy will be furious up in the coach's box. Tino got the offload. They immediately spread it wide to the right. And then Jojo Fafita. Oh, good night. They haven't shown Craig Bellamy on the screen since the game started, but they had an interview with him in the pregame. It was a happy camp. You know what? They asked him about Origin, and he actually smiled. I'm not telling lies. They quizzed him about Origin, and he actually cracked a smile. Storm get us back underway. 6 points to 0. They find themselves down early. 15 out from their own line, the Titans from the kickoff. Here's Campbell Gillard. Well defended this time by the Storm. They know they've got a lift. Yeah, the Storm have a really poor record when Harry Grant doesn't play. Now, I understand that there's probably some other contributing factors into that. But Melbourne have the kind of record without Harry Grant. As now they go left. Campbell almost in space. Well wrapped up there by Nick Meaney. Tackle 4. They're inside Storm's territory. We'll come back to that conversation. 5th and last. Fermor will play it. And they're in good position again here, the Titans. Don't mind me. I've accidentally turned the TV off, as I do. And that'll be a take by Suafolongo. But we've got a penalty here to the Titans on the 5th and last. The kick through. A Titans player's been taken out. Take the 2. Take the 2. The trouble is, because all the games tonight are on KO Sports, when it's raining and stormy like this, then, here they go, right again. Cutting back in field is Jojo Fafita. He's just short of the line. Then the KO signal goes even worse than normal. KO just buffers to high heaven. Grubber kick through here. Sets up in the end goal, but Suafolongo appears and runs it dead. Goal line dropout incoming. Also, the other reason why I feel like there could be an upset is because normally when there's a shot of Craig Bellamy, our first of the half, and he looks filthy. Absolutely filthy. Short restart here from the Storm. It finds the 10, but it's been taken by Cam Pereira, and the Titans can go back on the attack. 10 in from touch over on that left edge, 20 out. Campbell Gillard backs into the defense. Whenever I load up in a multi on one particular team, it's like they end up playing really poorly. Fafita gets one-on-one again. This matchup, okay. This matchup with Jojo Fafita and Howarth is proving to be a big mismatch in favor of the Titans. Tino in midfield. Offloads. How did he get that away? Numbers to the left. Campbell onto Kelly. Kelly's brought down one-on-one by Nick Meaney. They're still on the attack, though, the Titans. Flat pass there to Tino and surely forward. Called as such, and they got that horribly wrong. Coach killer there. Poor Desi. Poor Desi Hasler. I can't help but notice as well, Tino's still patched up from Wednesday night. He's still got the Vass over that cut. Will Zame. Ahoy, mate. Go the Storms. They've held on and now straight up the middle. Howarth, I think it is there. Brought down 30 out. What a good run from the scrum. 20 metres upfield. Much better play. Nelson steps away from Tino. Brings it up to halfway. Now to the right. Eli Katoa trapped on halfway. A couple of tackles left. Staying on the short side. Hughes dummies inside, goes out. And Nick Meaney carries it to the 30. Fifth and last. Over on that far right side they are. Hughes puts it high. Contestable kick. Batted back by the Storm. Play on. Still fifth and last. Munster toes it through straight into the hands of Cam Pereira. Titans back in possession. An intriguing start to this game. So don't forget, Waste the World of Sports, we've got coming up 2 more games tonight as the Titans get a penalty. This has been a dominant opening 13 minutes. We've got the Cowboys versus the Tigers. And we've got Manly versus the Broncos for the first time at 4 Pines Park in about 74 years. Yes, I am prone to slight exaggeration from time to time. But it's been a long while because obviously Manly had the Magic Round contract. So all their home games went to Magic Round and Suncorp. That contract is now expired. The Panthers are the team that's picked it up. Through the hands left they go. It's loose on the ground. Bounces kindly for Brian Kelly, but he's lost it in contact. And very sloppy there in these conditions. It's hard to play that expansive, but they're trying their hand. We the best, ahoy mate. We the best 61. Up the Storm. Who's the referee for this game? Good question. Who is the referee for this game? Sports baby, ahoy mate. Oh, it was a little bit forward. Just a tad. You see those get let go every bit as much as you see them get called, though. And now a penalty for the Storm. The match official is Ziggy. I'm not even making that up. Ziggy Praklasa Adamski. I'm not making that up. Robert Overy, ahoy mate, tuning in from the UK on holiday from Queensland. Foxtel Live or KO not available here. Bummer. Jason Orphis, ahoy mate. Up the Blues and up the Tigers, says Jason. And it's up over halfway for the Melbourne Storm. Off the back of that penalty. Play 2 now. 40 metres out from the line. Just to the left of the post they are as Nelson goes straight through. Nelson brings 4 with him. Oh, he's a big boy, Nelson. Tackle 3. Munster. Short ball for Atikamanu. Gets the ball back. Munster wasn't expecting it. Has to collect it from the ground. But they persist left for Howarth. And Howarth goes to ground. 15 out on this left edge. Munster. Into Atikamanu. Angles back 45 degrees towards the touchline. Fifth and last. 2 metres out for the Storm. Munster in midfield. Onto Hughes. Out to the right they go. Pappenhausen dummies. Gets the flick pass for Faulongo, who steps back in field and scores. Ryan Pappenhausen, take a bow. I mean, it might have been nice for me if you scored the try yourself. But he dummies. Breaks the line. Flick pass to draw in the fullback. And a simple step off the right foot for Sua Faulongo. And just like that, the Storm hit back. Pappenhausen with the dummy drew Cam Pereira in. And that left the space for Sua Faulongo. And that is a hell of a flick pass as the try is confirmed by the bunker. 24 minutes left in this opening half. Pappy. A try assist, unfortunately, doesn't help me out with my same game multi. But it definitely helps out his team here. 6-4 with the kick to come. You would Pappenhausen's going to take it as well. He got the try assist. Now he's looking for the conversion. Can he lock the scores up here, Pappenhausen? Going through his motions. It's out pretty wide. About 5 in from touch. Starts it on target, but it doesn't hook back. It holds its line and misses on this near upright. Craig Bellamy. Honestly, Craig Bellamy is just up in the coach's box. All sourpuss. They just scored a try to get themselves back in the game, and he's all sour up there. 6 points to 4 it remains anyway. Pappenhausen with the try assist. Paolongo with the try, but the missed conversion. Rozzy boy, another tick off your multi. It's going good, huh? That's the way. Who else do you need? As Utikimanu takes the kickoff. Nelson bumps off the first tackle. King Jaffe Joffa it was. Damon Jolliffe comes back at him, and Nelson's hurt. Oh, Nelson's hurt. Either that or he's milking. He could be milking for a penalty. Seems like he busted his shoulder, though. Have a look at that on replay. He's clutching at his shoulder. He bumped off the first tackle. Oh, yeah. He's kind of fallen slightly awkwardly here. Yeah. That's the old school chicken wing. That's the old school chicken wing right there. Play on. Nothing to see here. Tackle 3 for the Storm. The irony if Melbourne lost players through chicken wings, huh? Tommy, ahoy, mate. Tommy wants to know if Meaney is capable of scoring twice as the Storm attack the left edge once more. 5th and last. Hughes puts this kick high. Flying through to put pressure on his Nelson. Oh, and there's big pressure on Jaden Campbell at the back. That is a mismatch. That is David versus Goliath right there. And now they pick up and drive backwards. Another one. Cam Pereira this time. The big bodies of the Storm. Driving backwards. And keeping the Titans inside their own 10. We the best. You've got Big Nelson on your try-scoring multi. Nice. Well, he does know his way to the try line. To the left they go, the Titans, that is. And Brian Kelly's brought down tackle 5 over on that left sideline, 30 out from their own try line. Big kick needed here. Campbell gets it down only as far as Pappenhausen on the 20. And Pappenhausen heads back infield. Still heading across field, Pappenhausen. And there was a wall of Titans defenders there to meet him by the time he decided to go forward. So he ran about 40 meters, but it was all directly across field. So we got a few people looking good with the multis. That's the way. Judah Shivian says Michelle picks her multis by looking at the players' butts. Or at least she did that one game. Yes, that was a one-time only affair. No, the painful thing is, this is truly the most painful thing, is we know that I don't do any sort of deep dive analysis, not all that often anyway, but I put thought into who I'm going to pick put into my multis. I actually go, okay, look, such and such, they attack down the left, or such and such has conceded 60% of their tries on the right, so we'll put the left-hand edge wingers in the multi. And then I walk away with 0. Michelle just goes on to Sportsbet, goes popular bets, and hits it. And wins more often, more legs than I do. It's infuriating. I actually think about it and come up with nothing. I should stop thinking. Maybe my next game, I'm going to pick the multi based on the players with the sexiest butts. All right? Tigers, Cowboys, sexiest butts are going in my multi. 5th and last. Titans put this ball high. Contestable kick. Everyone lets it bounce. This could go anywhere. And it sets up for Faulongo. Faulongo's on open space. And he's brought down 25 out from his own line. That could have been dangerous. Do it on worst hair for a Cowboys game is going to be difficult. I'd have the whole team in, basically. And now that Lockie Galvin plays for the Bulldogs, that's one less bad haircut to pick for the Tigers. Tackle 4 on halfway. 19 minutes to go. Titans still leading by 2. Munster with the goose step. Forward pass to Sean Bloor, and it's called. Forward pass. And Melbourne, they are just not clicking into gear. Muzzle Flash wants to know how they meet the criteria. What, for butts or for haircuts? Because haircuts are pretty self-explanatory. I mean, just look up Lockie Galvin. That's a prime example. Lockie Galvin at the moment's got the Jim Carrey Dumb and Dumber straight bowl cut. Down the left edge they go, and Carl Pereira's in open space. Ankle tap by Faulongo. Pushed into touch by Hughes. What a try-saving effort there by the Storm. That is a big moment in the game too, because the Titans were away. If Carl Pereira gets through there, shut the gate. Faulongo with the ankle tap. Hughes there to shove him into touch. UFC, ahoy mate. Word on the street is Fogarty and Horsburgh might get an Origin call up. Fogarty won't, but Horsburgh... Billy Slater is officially insane if Corey Horsburgh is not in the team for Game 2. They got monstered in the front row. And Corey Horsburgh needs to be there. It'll be absolute clinical insanity if Billy Slater does not give Corey Horsburgh the call up. Simple as that. Tackle 2 now for the Storm. 30 metres out, just to the left of posts. Munster, flat-footed, onto Hughes. Katoa to Pappenhausen, who taps it on. Oh, it was nowhere near as crisp, though, and it falls to the feet of Meaney. And they have to bring it back into midfield and reset. Josh King over the top. Munster with the kick pass. It's very, very scrappy. And a referee blows the whistle for a knock-on. And this is not the Melbourne Storm that we know. Challenging the call of knock-on. This will be interesting. Melbourne have just not clicked into gear at all. $16 minutes to play in this opening half still. And that is... Okay. Sean Bloor's definitely touched it here, but it's hard to say from that camera angle that they selected whether it went forward or not. This angle will show us. Play on, I say. I have to say this would be play on. Captain's challenge successful here for the Melbourne Storm. Six points to 4, but Melbourne will retain possession here. It's been very, very scrappy, though. Very scrappy. This is not the Melbourne Storm that we're used to. This is not the Melbourne Storm that I had romping away with the premiership. But, of course, you don't win the premiership in May. They're still in 4th spot. All right, so successful challenge. And they play on. Garlick sends it left for Munster to Pappenhausen. And now Howarth steps back in field. Slipping over there is Jojo Fafita. But no harm done. 5th and last, 10 out. Pappenhausen into dummy half. He has a go on his own, Pappenhausen, and he's caught with the ball. 5 out from the line. Pappy had a little bit of the white line fever. Titans back in possession. They're holding on, but not a whole lot more at the moment. Conditions making it very difficult for both sides. Melbourne dominating defensively. The Titans once again. 3 tackles now as Fodawaker carries it out to the 20. That's a good, strong run. He needed more of that on Wednesday night. And with 15 and a half left in the opening 40. And a penalty now, late in the tackle count. Ruck infringement. That's huge. And of course, it is Trent Liero. Of course it is. Trent Liero, the player who gave away the penalty that cost him the game against the Raiders. He is a penalty magnet. I think he gave away a few on Wednesday night as well, if I'm not mistaken. Huge opportunity now for the Titans. They've had to do a lot of defense and a lot of strong carries from up the other end. If they could strike here, Fodawaker offloads. Second phase play. They've been dangerous here. Tino can't get the arms free. They're inside the 20, though, early in the tackle count. Great opportunity here. Titans stay down the short side. Campbell, Grubbers on play too. And it's been dived on by Pappenhausen. 6 more tackles, though, as Jaden Campbell rips it away. Tino inside the 10. Stands in the tackle. Verrills goes left. Campbell, cutout pass is intercepted by Folongo, who then offloads. And Melbourne back in possession. Oh, they've dodged a huge bullet there, the Storm. A huge bullet. Sua Folongo leapt in the air to take that one. The idea was right. The Harbour Bridge pass over the top. Execution not there. And here comes Kamikamian. Tui Kamakamika on the field. Let's see what he can do for 13 minutes. 5th and last. Hughes puts the kick downfield, taken on the full. And Cam Pereira brings it back to the 30. Six points to 4 in a low-scoring game. But that is obviously on the back of the wet weather. Torrential downpour on the Gold Coast. We've been getting some here too in Brisbane. So lots of rain about. Up to halfway they go. Through the hands and off to the right. They've had some success down this right edge. Tackle 4 on halfway. Chris Randall tries to break his way through. 5th and last. 40 out. Titans down the short side. The high ball. No pressure on Pappenhausen at the back, who takes it and throws a loose pass across in front of the post. And it's almost been picked up and scored by Brian Kelly. A crazy pass from Ryan Pappenhausen. The brain explosion of all brain explosions. Pappenhausen with the pass. Hughes just pulls the hand back and lets it bounce. Brian Kelly has nearly come up with an absolute gift. Oh, Craig Bellamy's got the rocks. He's rocking. He is rocking. That was nearly a huge error there from the Storm. Head out from their own line. But dodging a bullet and now getting a piggyback upfield via a penalty. They were offside there, the Titans. Rock My Balls wants to know if I tipped the Roosters. Yes, I did. Leone Serio says, come on, Storms, don't let me down. Seb Vousden, ahoy, mate. Jim Condon is not talking to me there. That's fine. Nora Wesley, Melbourne will score more tries. You would certainly hope so, Nora. And UFC says I should check out the King of the Streets fight event. King of the Streets? Tell me more. What is it? Bare knuckle bust-ups. Tackle 3 here for the Storm. 30 out. Big defense as Jojo Fafita jams in on Cameron Munster and puts him down. Blindsided him. Liero up to the 20. Fifth and last. Steals an extra couple of meters off the mark there, the cheeky bugger. They go right. They've got numbers, the Storm. Katoa kicks it straight into the chest of Khan Pereira, who now loses the ball forward. Pappenhausen's got it. He grubber kicks through, and it's been picked up by the Titans. Everything's happening out there. Crazy stuff. Back and forth. Katoa with the kick, taken by Khan Pereira, spills it. Pappenhausen scoops it up, kicks through, picked up by the Titans. Kelly can't keep himself in the field of play. Nine and a half minutes to play in the opening 40. Scrum down for the Storm. 20 out. Munster takes the line on. It's still raining, yes, Jim Condon, though not as heavy as it was at the start. But there is still rain about. The rain is going to be on and off all game, basically. As Katoa turns, gets the arms free, can't offload. Down the short side, Garlic pops it up and it's been spilt forward. But they'll come back for a penalty. Now do they take the 2 here, Melbourne? A shot at 2 to level the scores, or do they go in for the points? Well, it's out pretty wide, so they're going for the points here. Tap and go. Eli Katoa, 5 from the line. Staying left, the arrow, though, angling back in is Karma Chameleon. 5 out from the line on play 2. Hughes in front of the post. Cut out ball to Pappenhausen. Short ball for Sean Bloor. And Bloor taken down on this left edge. Just a couple of meters out. Pappenhausen into dummy half. To Munster. And Hughes. Oh, it's been lost by King. Melbourne. Very, very clunky. Very scrappy. Munster to King, and King spills it. Another mistake. Craig Bellamy, please, let's get a shot of him up in the coach's box. He will be fuming. The man will be furious. Seven minutes 30 to go. Big defense there on Beau Fermor. The Titans have spent pretty much all half down here at their own end of the field. The territorial stats will be very, very intriguing. They've just been pinned down here. .40 out from their own line here on the 5th and last. Again, they finish a set inside their own half. Campbell goes high, though. Not kicking for distance, kicking for pressure. And pressure it is. Forcing the mistake there on Grant Anderson. A change of tactic equals a change of fortune. Gliding across the turf, Anderson. They're not braving a captain's challenge here. Robert Overy says Bellamy will tear them a new one at halftime. Bellamy would tear them a new one at halftime, even if they were leading 40 points to 0. Let's be honest. But it's going to be, I know what you mean. It's going to be a really aggressive blistering. 6 again here for the Titans. Can they get some more points here leading into the break? Campbell taken down by Munster. Gave himself a chance, though. Got himself one-on-one. Tino in midfield. 20 meters out. Play 2. They've had to do so much defending, so much play down the other end of it. That's forward. Whoa. Okay, see, that one's not called. That one was way more forward than the one that actually got called. Left edge they go. Grubber kick through, sets up, and it's been scooped up by Pappenhausen, perfectly positioned at the back. Boren dropping the kick through early. Doesn't work out for the Titans. As Wishart now comes onto the field with 5 to play in the opening half. Yeah, Bronson Garlick off. He hasn't really offered anything. Wishart will probably see the game out now. Burko, ahoy mate. Munster, 5th and last. The Titans have done well to turn it around here. Hughes from inside the 40 puts a big kick downfield. Taken by Khan Pereira, backing up. That's a great take in these conditions. And out to the 20-meter line, his own end of the field he comes. 6 points to 4 at the break. I've got to say, I said it at the top of the stream. You always leave a same-game multi as late as possible because you never know what's going to happen. I did not know the weather conditions. As this ball's loose on the ground, Sua Falongo picks it up. He runs across to score. But will this try stand? Was it knocked out by the Storm or was it knocked on by the Titans? It's a try for now. And that is a huge turning point in this contest. Sua Falongo gets a double. Fermor, yeah, no touch there from Melbourne. Fermor with the cutout pass doesn't find its mark. It sits on the ground and it bounces up perfectly for Falongo. A double for the Storm right edge wing. And it's 8 points to 6. And Craig Bellamy might just be a little bit happier. A little teensy bit happier heading into the sheds. Oh, boy. So, there you go. Wastewater Sports. You may notice YouTube have just rolled out a new feature. And we'll have to figure out a fun little way to incorporate this into the streams. But YouTube have just rolled out a new feature. You'll see a crown and a number next to your name. If you click on that, it should take you to the community leaderboard. So it's a new thing that YouTube have ruled out. And you get points just for interacting with the stream. Chatting. Donations. All contribute. As Pappenhausen corrects himself from his previous attempt and puts this one through. 10 points to 6 it is. Sua Faolongo with a double. So wouldn't you know, a load up on the left edge. And all the damage has been done on the right. Always number one in his own mind, UFC. Cheers. $40 out from their own line. 2 minutes to play now in the opening half. 10 points to 6. Boy, that's very disappointing for the Titans. They were doing so well. Wishart is taken high here, and that's a penalty. Melbourne will get another shot here before the break. High contact there on Wishart, who took the little dart out of dummy half. Hughes finds touch, 30 out from the line. Not a lot of distance on it. Oh, yeah, Bo Fermor. Right across the schnoz. We the best. Both tries have been by Sua Faolongo. $30 out from the line here, Melbourne. 1 minute left in the opening half. Points here would be devastating for the Titans, who have done so well. Munster, dummies. The Titans don't fall for it. It's Fodawaker who's got hold of him. His Queensland teammate not falling for the dummy. The arrow shows an inside for Karma Chameleon. Takes the line on himself. 10 out. 2 tackles left. Wishart brings it left. Double pump, goes himself. Wishart reaches out, plants it down. Tyron Wishart, he's hurt himself. Tyron Wishart's hurt himself in the process of scoring that. But that is an important try. It might be his night done. He's trying to stretch out that injury. He can't lift his arm at the moment. Tyron Wishart from dummy half. He copped, that might have been Bo Fermor there, over the top of the outstretched arm. And that would have to hurt. Tyron Wishart. Oh, yeah. Chris Randall it was, diving across to try and stop the try, and he landed with his knees right on Wishart's arm. And that would be very painful. So another try for the Storm. And of course, it's, nobody in my multi. Of course. As it is now bullocking down rain again. 14 points to 6, the kick to come. Pappenhausen to make it a 10-point margin going into the break, which would just be insanity. That'd be craziness to have this lead at halftime. It was 6 points to 4 with like 7 minutes to go until the break. Pappenhausen puts it down the middle, and Melbourne somehow lead this game 16 points to 6. Somehow. It was honestly, it was 6 points to 4 in favor of the Titans with about 7 minutes to go until the halftime break. And then they just fell to pieces. Oh, Lara Pitt, she's got her umbrella. She's nice and secure there. Titans just completely obliterated themselves going into halftime. And Melbourne, just like that, they lead 16-6. Craig Bellamy will be slightly happier. Only slightly, because it was still a poor performance, that opening half from Melbourne. They go in with a comfortable lead, but still. Slightly. Only slightly. We know that he's not going to be happy either way, as we said. All right, halftime here, 16-6. Don't forget, Wastewater Sports, we've got coming up Cowboys versus Tigers and Manly versus Broncos. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to say this right now. If the Broncos can't get the job done tonight, with all the players that Manly have got out, if the Broncos don't get the job done tonight, I'm officially writing off their season. This is a critical must-win game now for the Broncos, in my opinion. All right. So, halftime here, 16 points to 6. Let's see what the second half can bring. Do the Titans continue to fall apart and self-destruct? Do the Storm get their act together and go on with it? We'll find out. Quick break here. Theme song time. And we'll be back for the second half right after this.
Welcome to the wasted world of sports, where the game's just a backdrop for drunken retorts. Rugby league or union, it's all fair play, but it's the banter that steals the show. Hey, 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 hey. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the choice. Join us in our world, where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. They're all well and good, but we're here for the jokes and tank pants last from the kickoff to the final whistles blow. We'll take the 2 and we're ready to go. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the choice. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. We break down the plays, but it's all in jest. With a laugh and a cheer, we bring out our best. No serious analysis, no expert critiques, just a bunch of mates sharing plenty of drinks. We'll raise a roll from sideline jokes to post-match tales. All big goofs and their big fails. We're not so serious, and that's our style. With each ahoy, we raise our skies. Ahoy, ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the choice. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. So come along and join our sporty crew, where the banter's always fresh and the laughs are true. Oh, wasted world of sports, here's to our cheer. We'll see you on the pitch and drink some beer. Yeah!
All right. Halftime here, 16 points to 6. It is the Storm who have somehow turned this around and find themselves comfortably ahead on the scoreline. Gino Ferracini, ahoy there. Burko says be a bit more pressure on Hasler if the Titans get smashed. He's running out of excuses, isn't he? But it's not just him. I mean, let's be honest about that. Not just him. Everybody has failed as Titans coach. It's such a confusing thing, right? Because they've got the roster. The Titans have got a contesting roster. I wouldn't say necessarily that these players could win a premiership, but they've got the roster that they should be getting to the finals on a regular basis. Maybe they need Ricky Stewart. I mean, Ricky Stewart is continuously takes a team that on paper should hands down win the wooden spoon year after year after year. And he constantly has them on the fringe of the 8 against all, defies all logic year in, year out. Maybe they need to get their hands on Ricky Stewart. I don't know if Ricky would want to leave Canberra, though. He's got a cushy job there. Very cushy job. Michelle says, did I fall asleep? Didn't realize the Storm were at 16. It all happened very, very quickly. Just like that. Oh, I know, Michelle. Ricky Stewart has got a very, very cushy job there in Canberra. He'd be crazy to leave. I mean, unless he wants a premiership at some point before he retires. That might be an attractive thing, but I mean, he's not going to get that at the Titans, I know, but never say never. I mean, the Broncos' job might be up for grabs next season. Oh, next season might be a bit too soon, but if Madge fails again in 2026, that Broncos job will be back up for grabs. I mean, who's that going to go to? Darren Lockyer? Gordon Tallis. Gordon Tallis likes to chirp a lot. Maybe he could back up his words a little bit and have a crack himself. 16 points to 6 at the break. So with 7 minutes to go, it was 6 points to 4 in favor of the Titans. They then proceeded to just self-destruct and 2 very soft tries for the Melbourne Storm. But there is Craig Bellamy in the sheds, absolutely reading the riot act to his team, as we expected. Burko, Big Mal's going to be coaching the Bears, so that rules him out. I'm excited to see what Big Mal's going to be doing at the Bears. That is very exciting news. And, of course, who's going to take over as the Australian coach? Because Big Mal can't do both. You can't coach club and coach representative. So who's going to take over as the Aussie coach? That'll be an interesting topic of conversation. Scott Wood says, you heard the Titans. Oof, Freddie. Oh, God. Oh, well, as I go for the Kiwis, yes, Freddie for Australian coach. All of New Zealand supports that decision. Do it. There'd be nothing like going up against a team of fullbacks every year. Scott Wood heard that the Titans might be looking at Kevy. I heard that too, yes. Yes, in discussions apparently. Kevy, I wonder who started those conversations. I wonder if it was his old mate Gordy. But apparently there's a lot of excited people at the prospect of that. They're like, oh, let's get Kevy Walters off the Fox Sports announcing team. I can't say that I've ever heard Kevy on commentary, but yeah, all the social media stuff has been like, great, I hope he gets the job. Then he won't be on the Fox Sports panels anymore. Burko says Freddie goes all right, be better than Johns. Freddie's just really unconventional and he likes fullbacks. Freddie got exposed as being a really poor coach when during his reign as State of Origin coach for New South Wales, he honestly should never have lost a series. Queensland were in the process of rebuilding. Freddie should have gone down in history with 100% series success rate, the teams that he had available versus those Queensland teams. But no, he got found out big time as a coach, especially at representative level. But yes, as you said, Johns would have been even worse. Andrew Johns did a New South Wales Blues team selection video, just like I did, and he didn't have Stephen Crichton there. So that immediately lost all credibility. If anybody did a New South Wales team selection video and didn't have the best centre in the game right now, like Joey Johns did, I'm sorry, but you've just lost all right to opinion. I love you, Joey, and I'd love to party with you. But let's not be selecting any New South Wales Blues teams. He had Tommy Turbo in Stephen Crichton's spot. Yes, Tommy Turbo, who is playing on one leg at the moment. Because you can't leave him out, even if he's injured, apparently. 16 points to 6 at the break. Teams getting ready to come back out for the second half. God bless you, Joey. Amos, Terrence, ahoy, mate. Jason Orphis says, I'm surprised Jason Taylor wasn't an option for the Bears. He might have been, but he might have knocked him back. He might be happy doing what he's doing, you know? I mean, you think about it. It's a big task to come in and take a fresh team. He might be content doing what he's doing, you know? Not for everyone. Not everybody has to be interested in coming in and rebuilding. I have no problem with a coach who might not be interested in that. It takes a special kind of personality. And we know that Mal's going to do the job. Mal Meninga is a great choice. If they couldn't get Wayne Bennett, Mal Meninga is probably the second best choice. And to get him to walk away from the Kangaroos job, I don't know how they pulled it off, but hey, credit to them. Jim Condon, ahoy, mate. Thank you very much for the $20 super chat. Cheers, buddy. $16 points to 6 here. Second half about to get underway. Jim Condon boosting himself up the leaderboard there with that $20 super chat. He's up into third spot, I think. Yes, he is. Up into third spot. Michelle's in first. She should be banned, actually, from being able to participate. Just because she's part of the crew. I'm not saying she should be banned because she's Michelle. I'm saying she shouldn't be part of that leaderboard because she's part of the crew. It's not fair. It's like how lottery winners... It's like lottery winners can't be involved in lotteries. Second half underway anyway. Bettino carries it outside the 40. It'd be very interesting to be a fly on the wall for that Desi Hasler half-time talk. Pottawakar offloads. Campbell Gillard off the second phase play. Fifth and last, 40 metres out from the Storm line. Short side they go. Weaver puts the kick up. A little bit too heavy, and it's taken by Grant Anderson's carpets at the back. Pappenhausen heads back towards the ruck. Tackle 2, still inside their own 20. But yes, another shout out to Jim Condon. Cheers, mate. $20 super chat. Very much appreciate it. As Wishart scoops it up from dummy half. Hughes from inside the 40 gets a good angle on this kick. A chance of the 40-20, and it's been lost at the back by Jaden Campbell. So it's a result nonetheless. It might not have been the result that he was after, looking for touch and all, but that's a turnover anyway. And an early result for the Storm. They can pile on some more misery here. Scrum down, 20 metres out. Here they go, right edge. Munster steps back in field, caught flat-footed. 15 out from the line here. Wishart fires it left. Oh, he goes short. Short for Josh King, carries it inside the 10. Fooled everybody, including me, with that pass. This time he fires it out left for Hughes. Out the back it goes, and Munster's wrapped up. Great defense. Weaver was up all over him. The arrow takes the line on in front of the post. Now he flicks it back for Hughes. Numbers to the right here as Pappenhausen dummies and loses it. He was looking for another flick pass. This time he spills it forward. 5 out from the line. Pull your pants up, Pappy. Oh, it's almost like he heard me. Straight onto it he gets. Samolin M. Vengi. Ahoy, mate. Go Storms, says Samolin. I think the only changes Queensland need to make really are I would put Hammer to fullback because Kalen Pong is clearly not 100%. Hammer to fullback. Val Holmes out. Selwyn Cobbo in. That'd be the only changes I'm making to the back line. But they've got to completely overhaul the forward pack. Big Red Corey Horsburgh comes in. If Maxi Plath is fit, Max Plath comes in. So they've got a few options there. Mark Gollop, ahoy, mate. Ahoy from Mark and Isabella of the Titans spill the ball. Trent Liero comes away with it. Yes, ahoy there, Mark and Isabella. Let's drink and be merry. Hughes out left it goes for Munster. Inside ball for Howarth. And they've run a lot of meters there, the Storm, but it's been all zigzagging across field. The Titans defense holds firm for now. Liero to Hughes. Right edge they go. Pappenhausen in and away. Tackle 4. Hughes. Fifth and last. Short side they go. Pappenhausen with the triple pump. Doesn't end up getting the pass away. And not for the first time tonight. Pappenhausen's caught with the ball. And Craig Bellamy's off. Craig Bellamy has left the coach's box in frustration. He's furious. That is not for the first time tonight, and they probably discussed it at the break. Pappenhausen caught with the ball on the 5th and last. That's about the 3rd time. And Craig Bellamy was up and furious and walks out of the coach's box. That suggests to me that that very specifically is something they talked about at the halftime break. He can't believe what he has just witnessed. He's like, we just talked about that. And Desi Hasler's frozen in his coach's box. No movement from him whatsoever. If there weren't people moving around him, you'd think the screen was frozen. as the Titans come up with another mistake. Big Mo Fotuaika. Mo Fotuaika trying to fend off Munster, then has the ball knocked out by Wishart. Boy, the Titans, after such a promising start, they've just fallen to pieces. By the way, talking about rugby league news, you know how we always love the joke, the Queensland Storm? Well, developments behind the scenes. The Melbourne Storm are breaking their connections with the Norths Devils, and they're actually now looking for a feeder club in New South Wales. We can't call them the Queensland Storm anymore. They're about to become a New South Wales-based team. So there goes that joke. We can't use that for our comedy anymore. As Karma Chameleon, a metre out from the line. 3 tackles left here. Wishart goes out the back for Hughes. Puts the grubber kick through. And it ricochets off the Titans. Dived on by Big Mo Fotuaika. But they're a metre out from their own line. Much like the first half, well, that's going to help. Melbourne up offside. Oh, Craig's left again. Craig Bellamy had only just come back in. He's off again. Captain Redbeard, ahoy, mate. I've got the Cowboys beating the Tigers tonight, Captain Redbeard. Craig Bellamy's out of the coach's box again. That's hilarious. He had only just come back in. And off he goes again. Daz Tino breaks the tackle. Big Tino's away. Stepping back in field. Tries to put the fend on Fotuaika. Tackle 3, 15 out. They go left. Inside the 10. 2 tackles left. Here's Regan Campbell-Gillard out the back. Campbell's up in the line. Fires the huge pass out wide. And a try for Philip Summy. He's hurt his leg too. But it's a tick at last off the multi. At last. Finally, Philip Summy dives over. And the Gold Coast have hit back. Raven, 187, ahoy there. Am I going to choke on this year? I have a question. What is that? If I have to ask the question, it's probably not a good chance that I will be, right? From the sideline, Jaden Campbell can't bring it around. $16 points to 10 it remains. Captain Redbeard, you just got finished making some chili. Very nice. $16 points to 10, 30 minutes remain. So they're still in this after all that. They are still in this fight. Try scored by Philip Summy, which is perfect for our multi. Back underway. Titans in possession. Philip Summy joins the try scorers tonight. James Asaga, Titans. That's cool. Go. Here they come indeed. The Titans fighting back, but Melbourne just elevate the contact here in their defense. They don't want to let this slip too badly as the Titans spread it right. Oh, Verrills trapped with the ball. Fifth and last. And Pappenhausen's under it, takes it, sends it over to Faulongo. Faulongo's not exactly in a good position here for this one. But crisis averted as they hold on to the ball. That could have been bad. Pappenhausen, this game, it's not really been one of his better games, one of his better performances. Wishart from dummy half. All right, we've got to fix up my Beerstein here as now Melbourne attack the left edge. They're in space. Howarth kicks back in field, and it's too heavy. It beats everybody over the dead ball line. Pappenhausen was leading the chase. But down that left edge, they're looking threatening. All right, there we go. Finally, we got a tick. A tickety-tick up there. Philip Sami. I couldn't break between Sami and Fafita as to who would get the try for the Titans. So I put them both in a combo. It's the Melbourne Storm players that are letting me down at the moment. It's been all Wishart and Faulongo. As Campbell up in the line. Gives it on to Fafita. Fafita goes straight through. Needs support. Munster brings him down with the help of Anderson's carpets. But some real front foot ball here for the Titans. Fifth and last. 20 metres out from the line. Staying on the short side. Jaden Campbell steps back open side. Bends off Munster. But Trent Liero's got him wrapped up, and that'll be the end of it. He gets the offload away. How did he get that ball out? And Melbourne have it. Pappenhausen with the offload again from inside his own 10. Good Lord. In these conditions, Pappenhausen really needs to reel in those offloads. He is throwing the ball around like it's completely dry, flat surface. 16-10. But this is what I love about the competition this year, right? This is fourth place against wherever the Titans are at the moment. This is fourth place against one of the cellar dwellers. And the competition is this close as it's been lost by Khan Pereira. Here comes Jerome Hughes now. Jerome Hughes caught with the ball, 10 out. Oh, no, set restart. Well, I thought for sure that was off Khan Pereira. Challenge. Jerome Hughes challenging the call. I thought it was off Khan Pereira and 6 again. Lindsay Bogan. Halftime score was... Halftime score was... Well, it was... Melbourne haven't scored in the second half, have they? So it was 16 points to 6. Yeah, Melbourne haven't scored yet in the second half. Yeah, 16-6 for the Storm. Joel Circuit. Go Titans. And a strength. So this ball's been knocked backwards by Nelson. Oh, and it does touch Khan Pereira. Backwards off Nelson into Khan Pereira. And that's a reset of the tackle count. Tackle 0, 10 meters out from the Titans line. Oh, that's huge. That is a huge captain's challenge. A big success. Much success for the Melbourne Storm. Somebody's got Nelson in their try scorer multi. I think it might be someone on Twitch, if memory serves me correctly. Well, here he comes. 10 meters out, charging towards the line. Big Nelson. Tackled 5 out. Just to the right of the post. They go left. Wishart to Liero. Hands it off inside for Karma Chameleon. Heads back towards where the tackle was. Left they go. Hughes onto Munster. The short ball for Bloor. 5 meters out still. Not a whole lot of progress here from the Storm. Wishart dances around out of dummy half. Tackle 4. Munster brings it back open side to the right. Liero to Hughes. Hughes goes on his own. Jerome Hughes. And he's half a meter short. Oh, he nearly split them open. Slow play the ball. 5th and last here. Munster puts the kick over the top. It's way too heavy. Way too heavy. Nelson's claiming it. Big Nelson's claiming it. No one's having any of that, Nelson. I'm sorry. The ball was about 10 meters over the dead ball line. They're not even going to have a look. Well, Jerome Hughes nearly went straight through on his own. Munster has overcooked this one. And I don't know what Nelson was appealing for. He was about 10 meters over the dead ball line. And it was as plain as day. Oh, I see Flo Lacey's up to number 2 in the leaderboard. There's a new feature, of course, rolled out on YouTube. We'll have to think of something cool to do for the top of the leaderboard each month, like we used to. We used to have a leaderboard here a couple of years ago, a couple of seasons. We stopped doing it because we would get shout-outs from players for the person on top. But if you got the player, if you actually got the player to do it, and it was on the weekend of a loss, they just look so miserable. And you could tell that they want it to be anywhere else but here, doing a shout-out for somebody who won the leaderboard. Some of them were quite hilarious. 5th and last now. 30 out from the line. Titans put the ball high. Weaver. Contestable ball taken at the back. Well, Anderson's carpets. As Melbourne leading by 6. Onto the field comes Joe Chan. Just looking to spark something here is Craig Bellamy. It's been a very poor performance, really. Conditions aside, a very poor performance. Melbourne will not be happy with it. Whoa, straight through goes Hughes. Putting pressure on again. He started to bring his running game to the forefront. From dummy half, Wishart with the low flat kick from inside the 40. He's got the angle, but it pulls in field. And 20 meters out from their own line. Taken. Wigan Lartic, ahoy mate. Do I watch any super rugby super leaguers? Titans spill it. Titans spill the ball. And here come the Storm again. How big a difference in quality do you think there is between the two leagues? Yeah, Wigan Lartic, I've tried to do some Super League streams. It just becomes very difficult when I do so much of everything else. The time zones are a killer. The time zones are an absolute killer for me. So I try and get stuff done as much as possible. I'd be very keen to do the Super League finals. Very keen. I know they're coming into the finals if they're not there already. I have enjoyed what I have seen so far, though. I did the very first game, round 1, the 1-1 draw, or whatever it was, 1-1 or 1-0. It went to Golden Point. It was really low scoring. I enjoyed that. As the grubber kick through, sits up in the end goal. The try is scored by Grant Anderson. Well, didn't I tell you that had happened? I told you that had happened. That is where Howarth is supposed to be playing. That is where Jack Howarth was named initially. And right before kickoff, they switched Anderson with Howarth. I had Howarth and I said, guarantee you that Anderson scores now on that left edge. I picked Howarth solely for being on the left edge, and they went and changed it on me. That is supposed to be my tick of a multi right there. That is supposed to be my tick, but they went and moved the teams around. Unbelievable. Craig Bellamy, you owe me a beer. Son of a bitch. Anyway, back to Wigan. Warrington versus Hull KR Challenge Cup final next week at Wembley. I might have to try and fill that one in. I'll have to try and slot that one in for sure. 20 minutes left to play. 20 points to 10. Melbourne over the Titans. Unbelievable. I had Howarth in for the left edge. They went and moved him. This is why, though, you leave your multis until the last possible moment before you put them on. Unfortunately, my last moment is a little bit... I require a little bit more time to set up graphics and that. Maybe I should ditch the graphic for the multis and it just be text. Then I can update on the fly. As Pappenhausen converts 22 points to 10. There's still 20 minutes to play. So there's plenty of time. But the Titans really need to get their act together. Maybe that's what I do. Ditch the photos. I mean, you probably can't even see who the person is in the photo anyway, if you happen to be following along on the screen. Maybe all you need is a text name. Wigan Lutic. How did /Wood, Jai Field, and Bevan French do in the NRL? Well, Wigan, funnily enough, after I covered that first game, which I believe involved Wigan, and I got to see Bevan French play, and I saw Bevan French, of course, I believe he would have been in the club championship a season or two ago against the Panthers. Bevan French, I would have in a heartbeat. I'm a Cronulla Sharks supporter. I would love Bevan French as the Sharks starting halfback. We threw big money at Nico Hines. I would have rather thrown that money at someone like Bevan French. Fifth and last now for the Storm. Short side they go. Jerome Hughes puts it high. Contestable kick, this one. Jaden Campbell's under it, takes it well. 18 minutes left to play. I think the thing that sums up the golfing class between NRL and Super League, take someone like Matt Moylan, and this is just one example. Matt Moylan was an absolute dud at the back end of his career. He's gone over to Super League to finish off his career, and he's known as one of the better players over there. So I think that sums everything up. The bloke that shouldn't even be on the bench in the NRL is absolutely killing it over there in Super League. I think that sums up all you really need to know. But it's just a different game, isn't it? It's a different mindset. As a penalty now to the Titans, taken out after the kick. So it's a penalty where the ball landed or where the ball was caught. And it was a shove on the kicker, Joe Chan. Gets that horribly wrong. (22-10), 17 and a half to play. Crucial for the Titans to be next try scorer. They can keep themselves in this contest. They tap and go, 20 meters out. And Jolliffe will take it 10 metres out. Tino used as the decoy infield, so they go wide to the right. Chris Randall steps back infield, and he's driven backwards, but still 10 metres out. Pressure still on. Into midfield. Tino. Short ball goes to nobody, but it's well scooped up off the deck. Kieran Foran. 15 out in front of the post. 3 tackles left. 6 again. Well, that's going to help. Campbell hands it off inside for Kelly. Brian Kelly straightens, beats 2. And he's half a metre out now. Just to the left of the uprights. It's on here for the Titans. Crash ball for Tino. Well defended. Low play the ball, this one. Pappenhausen. Oh, it's a mess there at ruck time. And diving over to score. Play on is Sam Verrills. He fought his way through the traffic. And over he goes to score under the post. And the Titans are back in this in a big way. Massive, massive try for the Titans. Brings them right back into this. Should be a simple conversion. And there's still 16 minutes to go. Sam Verrills finds his way through. Flo Lacey, you love Nico, but you think he's a little overrated. Well, he's a utility player, basically. I mean, that's how he made a name for himself. He was the number 14, a perfect number 14 for the Melbourne Storm. The Sharks got hold of him and tried to manufacture a halfback out of him. I actually think he should be playing fullback, or should have been playing fullback. He's getting on a bit now for the fullback position. Oh, wait a minute. Time off. Time off. This try has not been confirmed just yet. Try is not confirmed just yet. All right. So, Melbourne, all offside at ruck time. Verrills can't get his way through to collect the ball. They got the 6 again, did the Titans. Oh, as he's diving through, he's made contact with Tino, which is going to scrub this try out. Well, that's pretty harsh. They still have the penalty, though, the Titans, so pressure is still on. The pressure is still there. Penalty Titans, pressure is still on. So no try. We've got to take that one away. 22 points to 10 it is. Take that one away. It's still on here for the Titans, though, as Tino is held up and driven backwards. They'll take that try off at some point. Straight up the guts they go again. To the right, Randall tapped on and intercepted, and away go the Storm. Who's taken that? Don't tell me it's Anderson's carpets again. It is. Son of a bitch is going to get a double. Grant Anderson, who's not even supposed to be there, and that'll be the match winner. Unbelievable. The left edge, where I had Howarth. They switched him before kickoff on me, the cheeky buggers. And it completely ballsed up my multi. Completely ballsed it up, but it looks like Pappenhausen's not getting a try anyway tonight, so we would have been let down, even with the others. 26 points to 10, kick to come. Grant Anderson with the intercept, length of the field try. Storm with the victory. Pappenhausen with the conversion attempt. This would well and truly put this game out of reach, you would think, with 14 to play. Pappenhausen just shaves it inside that far upright. 28 points to 10, and Craig Bellamy, well, oh, poor Desi. Oh, poor, they've just got a shot of Des Hasler up there in the coach's box. He looks so sad. Like he just doesn't know. He doesn't have the answers. The poor dude, he just doesn't know what to do. How do I right this ship? The poor dude looks so despondent up there in the coach's box. As they go short with the restart, and Melbourne have been caught offside here. It was touched by Melbourne forward into their own player. Three converted tries in 14 minutes. Well, there are some teams you would say could do this. No offense to the Titans supporters, but I don't know that your team's one of them. Jim Condon was happy with the Dragons' win last night. Too much drop ball, though. It was a stinker of a game to watch, wasn't it? I had it on. I decided I couldn't do everything this weekend, so I decided that that game would be the one to have off, and I think I made the right call. But I had tipped the Dragons as well in that one, so 13 minutes to play. 28-10. Here come the Titans again. Are they going to throw another intercept try? Tino's cut out, and they go through the hands now. Weaver to Campbell. Dinks it in behind the line. Anderson spells it, and it sets up for Philip Sami to get a double. Well, they're still in it. They're still just clinging on here, the Titans. 28 points to 14. Kick to come. And Anderson, after scoring back-to-back tries, has now given one up. Philip Sami with a double. And they've had some success here down this right edge, as we expected. What was it that I said? This Melbourne Storm left edge defense. Just leaking tries. Campbell converts. Over it goes. 28 points to 16. 12 minutes is still enough time for two tries, but the rain has gotten heavier. Visibly heavier. That will make it very difficult. Twelve minutes to play. Oh, Philip Sami still limping around after scoring that try. Back underway. And it's a low, flat restart from the Storm. Unconventional. And from the back fence there, the number 15, Jamin Jolliffe. King Jaffe Joffa. So 11 and a half to play. The Storm leading by 12. How crucial will that intercept try become? Pretty critical. From dummy half goes Verrills. He wants his try back, Sam Verrills. Slow play the ball on halfway. Tino fires it out to Weaver. On to Campbell. 3-on-2. And they've got space out to the right, but they don't go there. Jojo Fafita's brought down. Desperation tackle. Fifth and last. 40 out. Weaver puts this one high. And Pappenhausen forward. Takes it well. Fends off one. Fends off a second. Still going Pappy. Brings it back to the 30-meter line. Ryan Pappenhausen, he might not have got a try tonight, and he's been throwing some stupid passes. But that was a solid kick return and a solid take in these conditions. Crucial meters there for the Melbourne Storm as they hold on to this 12-point lead, 10.5 to play. Big Nelson bumps straight over the top of one. Oh, and he's hurt after that. Poor number 11 there, Chris Randall. Nelson used him as a speed bump. A really ineffective speed bump because it didn't slow him down at all. Fifth and last here for the Storm. 25 out. Hughes on the right side. Dinks it in over the top. Titans let it bounce, and it bounces nicely for them. So 9 minutes 50 to play. Melbourne with the ball. Titans with the ball down their own end of the field. Mark Ferry. Ahoy, Mark. Mark Ferry says to fix the commentary team, especially Brandy, stop calling everything against the Storm. It's enough that the ref is trying to get the Titans back into the game. I'll tell you what, Mark. Send me in there for a month or two. I'll sort them out. I'll get us all onto the Bears, and it'll be a jolly good time. As the Titans now get a penalty late in the tackle count. Now that's a coach killer. They tap and go quickly. Verrills. Highlanders fan, ahoy, mate. 110% guaranteed. NRL will be having a little break whilst we do the Super Rugby playoffs. Guaranteed, mate. Campbell with the goose step. Can't get through. He's taken 10 metres out. Over on that right edge. That's a loose pass back into midfield. Fleece Haas on the field. Stands in the tackle. 10 out right in front of the post. Verrills goes quickly from dummy half. He's got Weaver who tosses it back inside for Randall. It's 6 more tackles now for the Titans. Oh, this is going to be a tense finish. A metre short from the line. Full set of 6. They go right. It's loose. Sits up nicely at the back, though, for Campbell. Fires it across left. They want the kick through here for Cam Pereira. But Sua Fa'alongo is wise to it. And he's offside as well, Cam Pereira. Well, that's a balls up and a half there from the Titans. Cam Pereira was calling for the kick through. He's the one that wanted it. He got himself offside. Well, that's a rough call. That is a rough call. And they are challenging the call of offside here, the Titans. And I've got to say, understandable. It's very close. Oh, yeah, he's got himself half a step offside. Ooh. Supporting the on-field decision. Challenge retained, but the penalty stands. Challenge retained, penalty stands to the Storm. Well, he's the one that called that kick, Cam Pereira. So it's up to him. He's the one that needs to make sure that he stays on side. If he's calling that kick through, .30 metres out from their own line, Melbourne. 28-16. Currently, they move up to second spot on the ladder if it stays as it is. King held up, 40 out from their own line. We got Tigers, Cowboys coming up, and we've got Manly versus Broncos. After that, what I have classified as a must-win for the Broncos, or their season is done. Fifth and last here for Melbourne. 40 out from the line. Hughes puts it high. Down this right side. Pressure on the kick chase. Pereira spills it, and it's there for Fa'alongo. Fa'alongo chips and chases. It sets up for Fermor in the end goal. He's tackled. Goal line restart. No advantage. Knock on against the Titans is the call. Melbourne ball with 6.5 to play. Beautiful kick there from Jay Hughes. Heads up play from Falongo. He wanted a hat trick. Oh, Katoa's knocked that on. Melbourne have got away with one here. Down the left edge. Melbourne leading by 12. 6 minutes to play. Josh King looking to really put this game to bed now, Melbourne, with 5.5 to play. Liero at first receiver. Hughes hands it off inside for Katoa. Still 10 meters out. 16-6 it was at halftime. As Wishart 5 meters out now on play 4. Hughes wants it on the left. Hughes gets it. Short ball for King. 5th and last. They'll come back right, I should imagine. Oh, no, they go short side. Munster with the cutout pass for Blore. Blore pops it out the back, and Anderson's held up. So 5 minutes to play. 12 points the difference, but the Titans, they've got to go 95 meters upfield to try and get one back. Craig Bellamy's up and about in the coach's box. I don't know what he's so nervous about. This game is in control at the moment for the Melbourne Storm. Maybe that's what he's concerned about, the in the moment part, or at the moment part. Four minutes to go. And an early kick from the Titans. Pappenhausen collects it on halfway. Well, they're trying things now. Their backs against the wall. And they're just trying things. It didn't quite pan out for them. Jeez, they'd probably want some of these decisions over again. Some of those risky plays just haven't quite worked out for the Titans here today. I mean, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. And tonight, in these conditions, they have not. Finn Ricky, ahoy, mate. Come on, Storms, one more try. 3.5 left to play. 5th and last for Melbourne. 30 out from the line. Hughes scoots down the short side. Puts it into touch. They're done. They're done. Melbourne are done playing. I mean, that kick through speaks volumes. They are done playing. They are just going to defend this. They're not even trying for another 4-pointer. Jim Condon says Dragons went great in the 50s and 60s. And as Jason Orfus rightfully points out, they changed the rules specifically because of the Dragons' dominance. Leone Syria says, come on, Storms. Wayne Stretch, ahoy, mates. How are you doing? Did everybody enjoy State of Origin on Wednesday? Go the Blues. Hell yes, up the Blues. Christine Barona. Ahoy, Christine. A minute and a half to go. So what do we reckon? Somebody on the Facebook chat, Mark Berry, was saying he wants to fix the Fox Sports commentary team. I said, let me loose in there for a month or two. What do we reckon, chat room? Send me there for a month or two. Under my rules, not theirs. I'll get everyone on the beers. I mean, imagine me hanging out with Mick Innes, Gordy Tallis, getting us all on the beer. I reckon it'd be a good laugh. There wouldn't be much talk about the game going on, but it'd be good fun as Pappenhausen snaps a drop goal. As I said, they are done with even attempting to score tries here, the Melbourne Storm. They are happy to just see this one through to the end, back their defense in for the rest of the game. They care not for our multis, is what I'm saying. They care not for our multis at this point in time. They're happy with what they've done. I'll tell you who won't be happy with what they've done. Craig Bellamy. Craig Bellamy will be furious. Through the hands now, the Titans with 5 seconds to play. This will be the last play of the game. Beau Fermor is taken down. The siren sounds. And in torrential downpour, the Melbourne Storm have got this one done. 28 points to 16. They've got it done, but nothing more. And sometimes you've just got to win ugly, especially in conditions like this. Well, it was a very ugly win, but they got the job done. Melbourne Storm now up into second place, temporarily at least. In there behind the Bulldogs, temporarily at least. You don't win premierships in May, so still plenty of work to be done, plenty of improvement for the Melbourne Storm. And 28 points to 16 it is. So we do have coming up the Cowboys versus the Tigers. Geez, look, I love the Tigers. I like the Tigers, I really do. I just think that this Lockie Galvin situation, there's might be a little bit of turmoil off field. Let's see, the Cowboys, have they named their origin stars? Okay, Tom Dearden's been named. Robson's been named. I just wonder, okay, Jeremiah Nanai and Ruben Cotter have been named. I just wonder if there's an opportunity here for the Tigers. That's quite a few players backing up for the Cowboys. The Tigers criminally had nobody selected for Origin. Criminal. Ooh. I might have to go Tigers. I just wonder if the Cowboys, with that many Origin players, may be a little bit flat. It's very, very difficult to back up a Wednesday night game. Jeez. Jeez. What have I said before? What have I said before about trusting my gut? My gut is not always right, but what have I said before about trusting it? I talk about these things all the time, and then I never change my mind, and then I live to regret it. $1.36 favourites, the Cowboys. $3.16 outsiders, the Tigers. That's insane. If that's all because of the Lockie Galvin situation. But then again, Michelle's probably tipped the Tigers, so a win for the home side would be a chance for me to get a point back. I'll have a think about that. I'll have a think about it. All right, let's get ready for the next game. Thank you so much for being with me in this one. And we'll catch you very, very soon. Cowboys versus Tigers coming up next. Robert M. Ahoy, mate. Be back soon here on the Wasted World of Sports. Catch you there. Cowboys, Tigers, Manly, Broncos coming up next. Cheers.